cooking with Nathan. We cooking with Nathan. You cooking with Nathan. Cooking with Nathan. Cooking with Nathan. You cooking with Nathan. Cooking with Nathan. Cooking with Nathan. You cooking with Nathan. Who's cooking? I'm cooking. We cooking. You cooking. You cooking with Nathan.
Hello, welcome to Cooking with Nathan. I'm Nathan, and today we're going to be cooking some chicken and rice. Little known fact about chicken and rice, it was brought over by the Scottish to America in 1776. That's bullshit. I don't know where chicken and rice comes from. I'm pretty sure it's super ancient, but we're going to go ahead and get started. For the sake of transparency, I just wanted you to know that this is simple because I wanted to start simple so that if this does not make it to a state where it's good enough to put on YouTube, we can use it to learn from. So first thing you want to do, grab yourself an onion. We're only going to use a quarter, so I happen to have one available right there, and 1 clove of garlic. I already got my chicken breasts over here and all my seasonings, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is cut your vegetables, because if we're using the same cutting board and the same knife for the vegetables that we are for the chicken, then you want to avoid that salmonella, you feel me? We're going to go ahead and chop up this quarter onion. So something that you'll notice as we are making this cooking show is that I have virtually 0 knife skills. If you watch this show, so then you watch somebody who's trained culinarily, you will see that my coordination is like a 2-year-old's, but that's okay, because why? We are learning together. If you got a little piece of onion like this and it looks like not so kosher, just discard it, you know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna take these outliers here, these not so wanted, these less dead onions, if you will, and cube those motherfuckers up. Bam. You ever cut your finger while you're doing this, I hear you ask? Yes, I have. Now we're gonna take our garlic. And we only want to use about a clove of that. You can just smash that shit, unwrap it. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, when chopping garlic, I do have to say I get a little bit carried away. I like to chop it real fine. Now, once you're done, you're gonna want to keep these separated into, their own containers. And for that, I am just going to duck down here. Bing, bada boom. That's the garlic there, and the onion there. All right, now it's time to cut our chicken. Not gonna lie to you, I forgot to bring gloves to the set from my home, so I'm barebacking it. We're gonna start like this, cut them up into strips like so, and then we're gonna cube them out like this. This is meat. This is real gross. This is probably the grossest thing I've done in a minute. Not gonna lie to you. Ew, gross, and nasty. All right, so these are done. So gross, ew, gross, and cut. All right, so we're gonna get the rice started. I just got some generic ass jasmine rice. We're gonna do 2 cups of rice and 3.5 to 4 cups of water. We're getting this started first because even though it doesn't take that long to cook, it does take an annoyingly longer amount of time for it to cook than the chicken will, because we cut it up. Bada bing. It's like I'm running a marathon. All right, and then we're gonna throw that on, which burner? Okay, this one. We're gonna go high actually, until that starts to boil. And then we're going to throw the lid on it. All right, so once it's boiling, you're gonna go ahead and throw the lid on it, because what cooks rice? It's not the actual direct heat, it is steam. we steam rice so it becomes the consistency that we desire. And now we're gonna throw the chicken into the pot. More accurately, we're gonna throw the vegetables into the pot and let those get kind of caramelized and then throw the chicken in. So let's go ahead and get that burner on. All right, so we're gonna throw our vegetables in first because you wanna have them nice and caramelized for when the chicken goes in. You might wanna do it the opposite way. It really just depends on who you are as a person and how you're feeling at that particular time. The onions go in first because they take longer than the garlic, and then we're gonna let that kind of do its thing. While that is happening, I'm gonna go ahead and salt and pepper and garlic salt the chicken. All right, you can add whatever you want to yours. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit of cocaine. That's what you're into. If you like to, you know, do that. I'm not condoning it. JK. All right, so the salt. I'm gonna throw some salt on there. And then we wait. So the trick is, there really is no trick. It's just cooking. But the thing is you want to let the onions go until they're kind of transparent before you throw the garlic in. So this probably isn't the best example of a meal to cook, to tell you why I got into cooking since it's so simple. But the reason that I did get into cooking is because my mom always cooked really well, but she used to work a lot. So it was either fend for myself or fucking die. And I didn't wanna fucking die. So what I did was I took up cooking. It used to be ramen, a lot of just packaged ramen, but I tell you what, hey, they make you fat as fuck and you get sick of them after a while. So I just decided to take up that mantle. And now here I am. All right, now once we got the onions going pretty good there, we're gonna take your garlic. You see it? Is that good? Focused? All right, and then you're gonna dump it in here. Gonna dump all that garlic right into there. Let that shit cook. Bam, bam. All right. Garlic is notoriously sticky, much like the bandits in Home Alone 2. When they changed their name from the Wet Bandits to the Sticky Bandits. Classic. Then we're gonna let that go for approximately 1 minute. In fact, by the time I'm done talking, it'll probably be time to add the chicken. Now we're up in here with the handheld action. Once the garlic starts to get a little bit crusty on the edges, they get a nice golden brown color, then you add your chicken. Bam. Make sure you spread it real good there. That's what she said. You want actual pan to flesh contact when you are cooking any meat so that it doesn't boil itself. Because I don't know if you've ever had boiled chicken, it's not very good. I don't know if you've ever had any boiled meat. Not very good at all, unless it's like, you know, some crock pot shit. But you're purposely boiling what you're cooking it in. In this instance, you want that contact to happen. You want that direct heat to cook it so it gets nice and flavorful. And, you know, when you bite into it, it's like, I don't want to say it's alive in your mouth because that's weird, but it definitely has its own personality. I don't know if that makes it even worse, but I said what I said. Can't take it back now. All right, so we're gonna take the rice off of the heat, turn your burner off, and then we're going to take a fork and just kind of tease it so that way everything gets steamed evenly. Replace the lid and let it sit until the chicken's done. Chicken tits. Right now we're just letting it brown. We're letting the chicken tits brown. And then we're gonna drape them over the rice, add some soy sauce or chili flakes or whatever you like on your shit. And then we're going to inhale it. I'm actually gonna sit down, whoops.
Now, as you can see, at this point, it's browning up. That's what we're waiting on. There's a lot more moisture in them than I thought there was whatever. Brown!
This is about what you want it to look like when it's done. A little bit brown, not burnt. And during the break right now, I just realized how cliche it is for a white dude to be cooking what looks like flavorless chicken. And I think that's hilarious. So what we're gonna do is get this rice and chicken into a bowl and serve it up. Bam, bam, bam. Now I get a spoon. Scoop the rice. Again, I used jasmine rice because I'm a huge fan of Aladdin. Yeah. Shouts out to everybody who had a crush on Jasmine back in the day, am I correct? Get some of this her chicken. Like a gabagool, you feel me? Throw that on top of there like such. There you go. And that is how you make your basic chicken and rice. I know, what an accomplishment. Must have been super hard for me to do this, is what you're thinking. It wasn't. No sweat off my back. Anyway, this has been Cooking with Nathan, brought to you by Mythic Underground, and I will see you next time.
Yeah. Cooking with Nathan. We cooking with Nathan. You cooking with Nathan. Cooking with Nathan. Cooking with Nathan. You cooking with Nathan. Cooking with Nathan. Cooking with Nathan. You cooking with Nathan. Who's cooking? I'm cooking. We cooking. You cooking. You cooking with Nathan.